of support for our players. They love to see it, and it really means so much to them. And you lot get your big moment here.
In a week that has been gathering traction and conversation around the globe, the ITTF World Team Table Tennis Championships Finals London 2026 is a 100-year celebration of where table tennis was invented. Ping pong, whiff-waff, if you will. But now table tennis to the table inside the Oval Arena, Wembley, comes down to one final team tie. We've got our champions in the women's event, and as those leaning racket cases sit on the table, we're waiting for our champions of the men's side. We'll tell you lots about it. It's been a fascinating road because, well, nobody's undefeated here. And the defending champions, time and time again since the year 2000, have been beaten twice already, both in group stages. Team Japan, the second in line to Team China. That is the story of table tennis in modern history. And we will see, because with the lineup Japan's brought today and with the lineup Team China has had in this event, it still feels like nothing is yet to be determined. Team China will trust in Liang Jingquin to play two singles, which is crazy. Look at this bracket. Sweden, who got the best of Team China, was bested by the Chinese Taipei team 3-2, who was taken out by Japan 3-0. France, without dropping a match, made it to the semifinals and came incredibly close to causing some real problems for China, who came back. Liang Jingquin, the man who stole the show, saving it against Alexis Lebrun after being beaten 11-3 and 11-1 in the first two. But here's the lineup. Tomokazu Harimoto will battle against Liang Jingquin, a man who's brought heartbreak to Tomo time and time again. Sora Matsushima will battle against Wang Chuqin. Sora has one of the best records in the game, and the most recent victory outside of China against Wang Chuqin, and maybe period. Shunsuke Togami in the third is 2-5 against Lin Shidong. Beat him last time they met, if I remember correctly. And that was just earlier this year. We could get extra matches. Tomokazu and Wang Chuqin, well, they met up in 22. Really interesting. Fraser Riley alongside myself, Adam Bobrow. Fraser, talk to me about this semifinal.
A really emotional match. The rock star, the macho man, Tomokazu Harimoto, dispatching the silent assassin. That helped set the tone for Team Japan against Chinese Taipei in an enthralling semi-final.
Yeah, Sora Matsushima here, dismissive work against Feng Yixin. Celebrations all around, left-handed Yukiya Uda. And Wang Yitze, you could see the pain. Shunsuke Togami here, as fast as can be, against Guo Guanhong. This is a young guy, Guo Guanhong, who's dangerous, and he'll develop, but Shunsuke, when he's on as the number 3, is a very tough customer.
Yeah, absolutely right, Guo Guanhong. One of the best upcoming left-handers, but it's the best left-hander in the world.
That's
the best
right.
player right now, Wang Chuqin, look at him go.
The captain for Team China, the most dependable player, undefeated here. Number 1 spot, that's right. Oh man, the passion. It is hard to put that into words, but the pictures were worth thousands and thousands. That moving picture of Wang Hao. Felix Lebrun leveling the playing field in the semis at 1 apiece, getting his 6th victory over Lin Shidong. Liang Jingquin would come in. Alexis Lebrun looked like there was no chance to be touched. 11-3, 11-1, and Liang Jingquin didn't lie down, he didn't quit. He was physically shoved out to play, and he came out with tough love and brought just the same for his opponent. Wang Chuqin back with Felix. The story, as usual,
keeping that squeaky clean record against French players intact. What a rivalry that is right there. Wang Chuqin beating the best penholder on the planet to seal the deal against France.
The 3 games, the first 3 were very close, and here's a look. They're playing for the Swaveling Cup, a rich history, and much like the women, the men are playing for their 24th title here today, but Hungary in front of Japan. Victor Barna, hats off to the family and friends and anyone who knew the man. He was the greatest of all time at his point in time, and some would still argue, but Japan in the 3rd spot was 7, Czechoslovakia was 6, Sweden behind, and now it's the men's team final.
Listen, can you hear it? A century in the making, a rhythm that started with the tap on wood, echoing through time. Back in 1926, inside the heart of London, where fog kissed the Thames, and the world gathered, not just to compete, but to begin. The first serve wasn't just a serve, it was a statement. This matters. Fast forward, the city has changed in its skin 1,000 times. Horse-drawn dreams to electric ambition. Vinyl spins to digital streams. From smoky halls to global arenas. London. You don't stand still, you evolve. From the echoes of jazz drifting through Soho nights. Punk rock, shaking Camden's bones. To the heartbeat of grime, rising from the streets, this city has always played its own rhythm. And here, that rhythm meets the bounce of a ball. Tick, tock, tap, spin, speed, precision. This is not just a game, this is a reflex turned to art. This is instinct turned to poetry. From basement clubs to Olympic stages, from wooden paddles to carbon fiber blades, the game has grown. Just like the city that gave it life. 100 years of rallies, 100 years of rivalries, 100 years of nations meeting not in conflict, but in competition. From black and white beginnings to high definition dreams, from local heroes to global icons. This is the legacy of the World Table Tennis Championships 2026. And now we bring it home. Inside the OVO Arena, Wembley, where history meets the future. We don't just celebrate a sport, we celebrate movement, we celebrate culture, we celebrate connection. Because every rally tells a story, every point writes history, every player carries a nation and a dream. London, you lit the spark, the world carried the flame, and now, 100 years later we return, not to look back, but to rise forward, faster, stronger, together. This is more than a championship, this is a century in motion. Let the games begin.
Wembley Arena, let's play table tennis. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here come the teams.
Team Japan makes their entrance after a wonderful performance there. Hiroto Shinozuka, a smooth left-hander. Yukio Uda, a powerful left-hander. Shunsuke Togami will be playing the third singles. You get to see him battle against Lin Shidong. Sora Matsushima will be battling second against Wang Chuqin. And the man Ma Long has called the greatest player on the planet outside of Team China, Tomokazu Harimoto. No pose, it is all business right now. He is still the leading man for the squad. World Championships, the world teams, he's performed incredibly well against Team China. Team China starts it off with Shang Peng. Powerful forehands, a bright future ahead. Zhou Qihao, a veteran, a spectacular player. Liang Jingqun has been the talk of the town since yesterday. He'll be starting it off against Tomokazu Harimoto nonetheless. Lin Shidong in the third spot, only playing one singles. And the man they depend on for 2 singles victories. He's the leader of the team. He is Lionheart. He is Hope. He is Wang Chuqin. Fraser, this should be exciting.
I am buzzing for this men's team final, Adam. An event with a 100-year history, and it's been a decade-long wait. Kuala Lumpur 2016, the last time we saw these two teams do battle in the men's team final.
That is crazy. We'll talk about that in a bit. In the groups, Germany beat Japan. It was a 3-0 victory. France beat Japan too. My goodness, talk about open playing field. But in the single elimination or the elimination round, they got through Belgium, Kazakhstan, Germany, and the Chinese Taipei team. Kazakhstan will be host to the World Championships next year. Here are the 3 Musketeers. Tomokazu Harimoto, the world rank number 3, Sora Matsushima, world rank number 8, and Shunsuke Togami, world rank number 18. Not a bad squad of 3. And there's a chance all of them have losing records against their opponent fairly steadily. We'll go into that in a minute. Team China beaten by Korea Republic in their group and Sweden. So both of the finalists were beaten twice in their groups. Fascinating. Australia, Romania, Korea Republic, France, only dropping a total of 2 matches. Edward Ionescu beating Liang Jingqun. Wow. Wang Chuqin, the world number 1. Lin Shidong, the world number 6, which seems crazy. Liang Jingqun, but outside the top 20? My goodness. He's 21 in the world right now. They're head-to-head. He's had some victories over Tomokazu, 7 out of 10. But some of these are the most heart-wrenching losses or defeats that Tomo's faced in his life. Fraser, we'll have some time to talk about it because we're about to get into the Tata coin toss with Ingrid Vogler.
So here we go then.
Red, black.
So much to talk about with this one.
Receive.
Harimoto gets off the winning ways.
So the Li Ning racket reveal here, back from testing. So talk to me about this relationship between these two.
Yeah, they've had some epic encounters over the years, some real nail-biters. And the last time they played, Tomokazu Harimoto beat Liang Jingqun at the Asian Team Championships in India. Liang managing to win the deciding match in the end against Sora Matsushima. But, I mean, these two have played at the World Championships before. Liang beating him in Durban. As you said, Adam, Liang winning 70% of their singles meetings.
So the last time was Tomo, that was last year. This will be interesting, digging deep, 29 years old, 9 career titles to his name, had a waist issue last year, an injury. He's a big guy, he twists a lot, moves incredibly hard. But the one against Alexis Lebrun yesterday looked hopeless after the first 2 games. He had other things to say about it. 11-2 in the decider. After saving 3 match points in the third, playing 2 very close games, this is why you're seeing him first. This is somebody who's shown that he is capable of delivering when it matters most.
Yeah, he is so clutch. In the big moments, he rises to the occasion, Liang Jin-kun. He has had a little bit of turbulence, but the senior statesman of the team delivered there. What a match it was against the farm. What a comeback. Saving match point as well.
Now, Tomokazu on the other side, 7 years the younger, 13 titles to his name, turned pro half of his life ago, which is 11 years ago. This is a guy that we've watched double in size, height, weight, everything. Skill. That said, I think a lot of the world has forgotten about him. You have other big names coming up, like Ingrid Bogren, world ranked #2. No, I'm just kidding. But she is one of the best umpires in the world. With Truls Morgard, Hugo Calderano, Felix Leblanc, just to name a few. There have been several players who have gone way up in the rankings. All that to say, if you play in Asia, you have the toughest time to climb the rankings. So, Tomokazu Harimoto, by world ranking, well, he has been #2 in the world, sometimes gets forgotten. All we have to think back to is Yokohama last year. One of the last few players to beat Wang Chuqin. The other will be playing Wang Chuqin in the next match.
First game, China to serve, level.
So here we go. It's a best-of-5 match and a best-of-5 match tie. Fired up right out, sounding like Tomokazu himself. Liang Jin-kun knows the importance of this and is not going to let the fire he started yesterday burn down or die.
He just played a roller! Tomokazu Harimoto off the net! What a shot!
Take a look at this one more time. Oh my goodness. That is a creepy crawler. By its second bounce, it immediately ended. That's the shot of the day. And we just started the team tie. The crazy thing is, Miwa Harimoto waved walking up the stairs, so I turned my head and I heard your reaction and saw shot of the day. That gasp. It's hard to explain to anyone. An around the net shot is one thing. A proper roller is like Halley's Comet.
Man. Tomo. Oh yeah. Great stuff here from Liang Jin-kun. Look how pumped up he is, man. Absolutely jacked. He's so good, the big guy, at getting the ball out the crossover. I don't know how he does it so many times. The way he saved the match point against Alexei with that matrix move didn't look possible.
This is a statement start here. It's only 1 point. It feels like it should be worth more. Tomo from down near the ground, the low angle right here. Oh my goodness. Really, like you just set the ball down on the table and rolled it yourself. Someone could zoom in on that and see if they could count the bounces, but I'd guess it was more than 4. It's the type of shot that you'd think would cause a bit of intimidation factor. You're on the other side of the table. You're like, I got a lucky break. There's no way he wins this. Oh, my goodness.
I don't know what it's going to take to shake Liang Jin-kun, to be honest with you.
After yesterday, he just seems as stable as can be, having been beaten 3 times already in this event. To come back the way he did, man, in Liang we trust, says Team China.
But this is the man who in 2022, you and I were there in Chengdu, had the journalists, the team, the coaches, everyone who was there quaking in their boots. Tomo with 2 wins in that semi-final.
A lot of Chinese fans in boots that day. Doesn't miss by much. Look at this step. He is going to be absolutely just pumped, as high on life as possible from start to finish every time he's on the table. You're looking at Liang Jin-kun, a guy who many were surprised was here.
Yeah.
let alone
5,
one of
6.
5 players, one of 3 players who would represent out of
No
the
flash,
5 that are
please.
here.
I mean, he came back after a senior break to the champions Chongqing. He
flash,
was beaten
please.
in the earlier rounds by Dang Cho. A great player, yes, but look at him here.
Epic rally, the speed tested, all this to tie it up since the first towel break. Tomokazu has completely flipped the script, 5 of 6 right back.
Yeah, finding his rhythm. Is Miyu Haramoto commentating?
Right behind us was Sayaka Hirano, who we saw earlier at the World Championships in 2014 as China beat them. Hey now. As a matter of fact, she speaks some English. I don't want to interrupt or anything, but we might bring her on here now. Probably not. 6 of the last 8 points with Tomokazu Harimoto. Slow spin attempted. All level now, it's 7 apiece.
No flash, please.
Tomo just pointing out a flash in the card. There's going to be plenty of those, especially when Wang Chuqin takes to the table next against Matsushima, a repeat of the World Cup final.
And that came down to the deciding 7th, a very tight score. Clever idea, but Liang Jinquin reacts so quickly. You have to wonder, when he finished his match yesterday and China won the tie, they went into the practice hall, had a massive meeting, and Liang Jinquin, right after the meeting, went back to the table to practice his serves.
Incredible, isn't it? How meticulous these guys are. We saw Xia after winning the title for China. She was just allowing herself a smile at the end when all the work was done. All optimism remains guarded.
Interesting. Now, Japan was probably the biggest talk. Obviously, France right up there now with their squad. But knowing how well Sora has played and how well Tomo has played, with Shunsuke in the 3rd spot, they've got a strong team. They've got a chance. All that to say, if Tomo takes the first match, it's a long way to go. And you know that Liang Jinquin, after yesterday, you can't count him out until it's absolutely over.
That's right.
But it just gets easier to imagine if Tomo takes this first game. This is why we watch live. 2 game points, Tomo with the serves. Only one needed, puts it in the bag. He was down 1-5 at the first towel break. It was looking like a landslide victory. Could Liang Jinquin be stopped? Tomo's answer to that is in game number 1, yes, but his job is far from over. Does not want to join Alexei in the experience that he's experienced 7 times before. Game number 2, Japan and China, Tomo, Liang Jinquin.
全部ナックル低くなって横ナックル低めだからいけるといけないかそれからストップされるからストップ甘い
So just 4 years ago, Japan and China met. Tomokazu beat Wang Chuqin. That wasn't the only one he beat. At the time, world number 1, Fan Zhendong, who's still in incredible form and technically still part of the Chinese national team. Beaten again. That back and that floor are getting mighty close physically, but Wang Chuqin in game 1 was down quite a bit, 4-9 against Shunsuke Togami, and look at the domination in the 3rd. A soul-sucking performance. The type that Shunsuke Togami will never forget, but the type that sometimes you just turn into motivation and it gets you practicing like nobody's business. Truls will be that for Wang Chuqin. 5 others as well, but I think the occasion Truls got his victory will definitely make 2028 an
Second
interesting
game,
year.
Japan to serve, level.
So here we go. Calling out the flash.
No flash, please.
5 of the first 6 points. He's gonna have to do better this time around. No roller, but a bit of fortune. Recovery.
Yeah, trying to kick it up there, Liang Jin-kun, under the table with lots of top spin, but watched it all the way, Tomo. Yeah, great serve from Tomokazu Haramoto. He would love to entertain these fast and furious points. He loves this pace, he loves to switch, he loves to be close to the table with that backhand.
And he found the middle, the crossover of Liang Jin-kun.
Left, love, 2.
Play table tennis. A little fortune here on the comeback as Liang Jin-kun has a lot of support here. An ocean. Always feels like home court advantage wherever China goes. Even Japan for that matter.
Yeah, Yokohama.
Tomo's in incredible form.
He is, isn't he? He's looking good on the backhand, the forehand, the timing, transitioning. Well, look at him. So much contortion when he plays the forehand.
Not a lot of time to twist like that, but he makes it happen. Good deception. I love the way he comes in with the racket nice and open as if he's going to push and then does a banana flick.
Yeah. These subtleties, these nuances. But again, the forehand of Tomo dealing the blow. He's setting himself up really well with long serving.
It's easy to not be present in a moment like this because the imagination starts working, the wheels start turning. What if Tomo takes this match?
And you know what? It would be a long time coming. I mean, I'm seeing a almost father-like smile on your face because you've known Tomo for a long time, Adam. This guy broke through at 11 years of age. The Sophia Open will live long in the memory. He still hasn't really picked up a world gold medal, Tomo. He wants it. He wants it so bad.
To be that good at table tennis, to have taken down the names, to deliver the goods like he has. Man, when will the stars align? You mentioned 2016, and I remember the promo for the men of Japan. We're ready, Jun Mizutani. Wow, what a team that was.
Yeah. Koki Niwa, Yuya Oshima, Maharu Yoshimura.
Strong squad there, and Kenta Matsudara as well, whose big brother qualified in place of Sora Matsushima for the World Championships last year.
Crazy.
Yep. Can you imagine? Last year, Sora didn't qualify as one of 5 players to represent Japan. And now he's one of the most successful. He's the most successful against Wang Chuqin on the Japanese team. So you could argue that Japan has a decent lineup in terms of who they drew for players.
I've been talking to a lot of people who know their table tennis. A lot of people fancy Japan as the favorites.
That is always a very fancy. A bit of a risk here. You never know. Betting against China in table tennis, I don't know. Let's see, though.
Yeah, no one dominates sport like China dominate table tennis.
A 4-point lead here out of the second towel break. Tomo with 2 serves to come. Dizzying.
Yeah.
If your neck doesn't hurt from this, you're sitting too far from the screen. That right there is a blur. People will say it's sped up. Get these guys tested after this match. It is unbelievable the performance they're pulling off.
Breakneck speed.
22 shots in what felt like 10 seconds. 10-4, big buddy. We are looking at 6 game points for Tomo to take a 2-0 lead. And as he wipes that top lip and whatever hair might be on it, he's been hair before. 12 of the last 16, Tomo. Now this is where it gets interesting, and here's why. Alexis Lebrun wins 11-3 and 11-1, has 3 match points, and Liang Jingquan comes back. Alexis is an incredible player with an amazing future ahead. He's spectacular to watch, but Tomo Kazu is the best outside of Team China, according to the best there's ever been. Game 3 coming up.
あっちが強くてもあれが精一杯でしょ。あれが一番でしょ。取れる取れる。こっち強く打っていいもん。球強くめっちゃ綺麗。変えてくる。
I counted 5. Wasn't looking super closely. Did you count?
Around that, wasn't it?
Felt like it. That is crazy. 2 would have been enough to impress.
Seen a few around the nets this event, but that was the best.
Koki
Third
versus
game, China to serve, love all.
Brian Afanador. I think was more than 5. Here we go, game 3, could be the last. If Tomo can remain in control, if Liang Jingquan can repeat what he did yesterday, oh my goodness, there will be a statue of a living man in China. DJ Tomo on the receive. Oh.
2 love.
Miyage. Tough time to leave a souvenir, a gift, a liu, for your biggest rival, somebody you're 7-3 against. I'm watching as Liang Jingquan, the body language. It is very quiet fist clinching right now.
We're just looking for a sign of weakness. We're just looking for a chink in the armor. Tomo sizing him up. But this is where the shackles come off for Liang Jingquan. He is so hard to shake and stir. Can Tomo avoid the same fate as Alexis Lebrun?
If you can beat the at the time world number 1 and world number 2 with everything on the line, I mean, he's had a few years to grow mentally. Tomo Kazu. Extra spin. Liang Jingquan used to be described as one of the most explosive players in the game. Then you'd have Lin Shidong develop. Fan Zhendong, of course. Something similar in terms of that, but the ability to invest the speed of the racket into spin. Liang Jingquan, quite versatile.
And I think of Liang Jingquan, I don't think of someone who can penetrate quite as much as, say, a Marlon, Wang Chuqin or a Fan Zhendong, but I think of the touch play, the push play, how he holds the table, how he blocks, how consistent he is. Deep he can dig.
They said the game would slow down when the ball got bigger. This is as fast as you could possibly imagine. Liang Jingquan with a 2-point lead. We can talk about the evolution of the game after 100 years of being played. From drums on a dinner table to hard bat to sponge rubber, 38, 40, and 40 plus. Here we are. Fraser, what do you think it's going to take for Tomo to get the job done?
Got to relax, focus, G himself up, keep going back to the coach, Kishikawa in the corner, have these little chats. This is where Tomo's at his best.
Merciless forehand, and he finds the opening. The way he lunged from behind the table to put the power in and then follow with the step and get closer, this is accomplishing two things at one moment.
The extension down the line was gorgeous, and look at that wraparound right there. These two pistol whipping, gunslinging. This is awesome.
And a timeout on the Ong Jin Kwon's side. A much needed one. Get ready for some tough love from a man who really loves a player who saved China yesterday.
后面这是这种节奏，而且一般上很高级飞快的，要快拉到中间这个，对吧？放慢一点，掉到这个中间这儿，而且正手真给你正着动，就往上打拉到，对不对？而且在人中间就往正，人中间就往正，好不好？包括反手正，既然上手了，挺好，对吧？他人转过来的那个没事，对吧？主要就是这种该是两脚，明白了？啊，还想法接拉球一定敢出手，啊，不能犹豫。啊，这会儿来说没有可犹豫的。 啊，反正这种已经落后了，落后我就跟朋友该拼了，没关系啊。这自信，打你的跟自己的节奏，啊，这样已经很好啊，就是这种专注，来一分的来啊，就憋住就行，啊，不要求这种不拉，到最后的时候你比他点黑，你要相信你，他咬过来就行，他就慌，好吧？啊，好，好，可以啊。
Still LJK. As we saw, just an appetizer, a taste of what's coming up next. We don't know how long it'll be. Could be 3 minutes, could be 30 minutes. The Ong Jin Kwon's at the table. He was reminded to trust himself. You could hear talk of keeping his balance. Move and get ready. That said, I think part of the reason you didn't see the tough love that we saw yesterday is because the Ong Jin Kwon came out here fired up for the first two games. And what I mean by that is Wang Hao is trying to be very specific to see what his player needs right now. And maybe fire is not what he needs. Maybe calm is what he needs. Fraser Tomo was down by 2 at 2-4, and he's up by 2, 4 points away from taking this match.
Looking supercharged right now, Tomokazu. The Ong Jin Kwon looking nicely balanced here. We have seen some sensitivity from the Chinese coaches. If there's any kind of type of fragility, they don't want to add any more weight onto their players.
Timing is everything. Xiang Peng offering his support, was practicing hard in the training hall. Wow. When it comes back that strong, Tomo just hit 2 or 3 shots that are winners against just about anybody in the world.
Yeah, when you talk about the top backhands in the world near the table, Tomo's timing is just so suffocating. But Liang gets it back.
Ooh, try rolling that one. A second bounce off the net on this. It's tough. They both had their share. It feels quite balanced so far. Yeah, it was quite shallow. The first topspin brought it closer to the baseline, but still a long way from. Not this time. Net and no table.
That's one of the things about the side angle. It's harder to tell if it's going to land. Just misses that time.
catching the top edge and carrying long Tomo. I'm just thinking, how do you silence all the voices in your head in moments like this, knowing what's happened in the past? As recently as yesterday, it might not have been to you, but sure could have been. Back edge of the table to keep Tomo in at 9 points apiece.
It's a perfect flick out there from the Engine Kun. Tomo touching with the backhand. He comes round it with some side into the crossover with that wide base getting low. Just about making room to maneuver, and some fortune for Tomokazu, who's, whoa, clearly ahead of Liang there.
20% the better with the last 2 serves in this game and potentially this match. But it will not be this match. There will at least be a chance for Liang Jingquin to serve again, whether it's this game or the next. If it's not this game, he won't mind, because that means 11-9. Game point, Liang Jingquin. Unbelievable. Liang Jingquin is shaking right now, and he is shaking up this entire arena. Plot thickens. Japan similarly started off in the women's, and here we are in the men's. It has not been an easy day in the great rivalry for the team that ends up second every time since 1971 on the women's side. Men's, man, we'll get back to you on that. He's on the board, Liang Jingquin, with game 4 to look forward to.
把这个反手这个角度一定要控制啊，非常好，慢慢打，一分分打，对不对？打到最后，咬到最后，并到最后，要不然你要坚信这个肯定赢不了，他都虚的都是，啊，他的反手，他现在为什么这么打？他全是想搏，他站不住，啊，全是搏，对吧？我只要这种心态才成了，这样有耐心嘛，轰一下，抽把你心球抽得非常好，这没抽透，但是必须要有些这种球要该下就下，好吧？啊，很好很好，啊，坚定坚定啊！
好，自己啊，相信自己啊！
Yu Harimoto there, Tomokazu's father. Surprised he's not commentating 2 rows behind us. Could be. CCTV.
Game, Japan to serve, level.
Or for that matter. Of course he wouldn't, but TV Tokyo. Here we go. Game number 4, Tomo. Not looking for a fifth. Ooh. Little edge there, a little fortune as Tomo quickly acknowledges and apologizes.
Top edge of the backhand, you can just see the deviation here. Oh.
Good start here. Now, Fraser, you made an incredibly insightful comment about the confidence of Liang Jingquin. Care to share?
Well, we thought he was going to face the L. You must be JK.
I like it. Slows it down and spins it shallow to finish. After all that leaning side to side, the shot selection on this last one, finally he stands still for a moment, and look what he does.
You can understand if Liang Jingquin believes psychologically the hardest battle is already won. You know, new leaf, a new game. Must be a breath of fresh air for him. Yep, he won't mind that one. When you come through a game like he's just come through, staring defeat in the face again.
Mr. Hoshino there, a legend of table tennis. It's so cool when you look at these Wikipedia lists that you've been referencing year after year, to see the people who are on it from back in the day. And sharp as ever, too. You talk to the guy, you think he might be head coach of the team.
So good for the mind, table tennis. Chess at 1,000,000 miles per hour. The presence it requires, the focus, the determination. And Liang Jingquin digging deep, showing back to the bench as he levels.
women's singles, we saw Miwa up 2-0. And then Wang Manyu came back to 2-2, and it felt like, sorry, it was cool while you had the opportunity, and she found a way to win it. If Tomo goes to 5, would be interesting to see how the gene pool affects things. Yeah. Can you imagine? I think at this point we can imagine anything, which is why we just watch it live. Another edge shot here. Maehara-san, another legend of table tennis. Maehara-san, another legend of table tennis, hasn't missed a world champs since 1977. Not to mention he's a national champion of Japan, and my goodness, many years as vice president of Ittf. Nicest guy. Tomo clawing his way back.
One with the serve. Liang flicks where Tomo is, waiting with the backhand, but he couldn't connect with it, Tomokazu Haramoto. What happened there? Lots of rotation. Ooh, maybe a few nerves, a bit of tension there. Tomo can't afford to stiffen up, has to stay loose.
This, to me, feels like he needs a spiritual timeout. Obviously, with the scoreline getting away, it doesn't seem likely. At this point, it seems more likely he'd save it for game number 5, but doesn't want to be there. That's big. You could just feel the morale and the body language of Tomo before by the shot selection, the length of the rally. Some things had changed and something had to change.
Yeah. Both of them are looking to tighten the screw now.
Screwing it in. Tomokazu starting to find that mojo that he always carries, like every point itself, from the first to the last, is the world championship point.
Thought for a second the battery was burning out, but he adapts to the change of pace and he levels. Third ball attack.
Again, after yesterday, it's tough to imagine, especially with their head-to-head here. And just the way Liang Jinquin must be feeling after yesterday. Fortune was, there was a lot of patience. It was a ticking time bomb, a game of hot potato. And he baked it with some chives inside as that one goes wide of the line. Miwa, hey, brother, yay, omerito. Just 1 point.
A bit too tiny up there as well.
Quinn levels once again, familiar scoreline. We saw 8-8, and if I remember correctly, Tomo got the 9th point first last game. That sounded like it caught the top of the net. Okay, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who heard it. This is interesting.
Well, like Liang was looking at him there just to say, are you going to apologize for this, man? I don't know.
In the replay,
maybe not. Yeah.
Tough to tell. Interesting.
We have seen some feisty and spicy moments between Tomo and Chinese players, Chinese staff. It's a rivalry.
Deja vu, third towel break. Serves with Liang Jing-Quinn. Look at this, 9%, 11% rather. Tomokazu the better server. That said, just barely the majority of his serves he makes, or wins points on. Liang Jing-Quinn. It is match point for Tomo. When the lineup came out, nobody knew exactly what we'd see. Liang Jing-Quinn playing the first. He saved 3 match points yesterday. He's got 1 against him now. Heavy spin. Brains like you wouldn't believe. In this moment, he knows how to make it uncomfortable for Tomo. This is one of his specialties. Extra spin. Jeez, anybody have an inhaler? Saves one, earns one. How does it not wreck you when you come back for game 5? You could argue with an 11-2 victory in the last game 5 that it does wreck you. It was Miwa who came back to win in the 5th. Game point, Liang Jing-Quinn. Break off the net, quick to acknowledge.
Tomo opting for the heavy spin shot here off the backhand.
Yeah, very compact still. Keeps himself in position. Second deuce point. Liang Jing-Quinn with his second game point.
This is so intense. My God.
Your imagination's been working from the start of this since yesterday. What an unusual point. Even in the topspin rally, they were playing chicken. Who's gonna swing first? Tomo, check out that response. It's Tomo who takes the big swing after 4 slow, spinny shots. When have you ever seen an exchange like that, let alone in a moment like this? Wang Hao looking buff as ever. The workout this is for your heart being a coach through this. And Liang Jing-Quinn gets a game number 5 after being beaten 11-8 and 11-4. Wins the next 2 by the narrowest margin. You know what to do. Get packed. We're going to the decider, baby.
我能护，是吧？护过来，还有这些一个，啊，现在打得很好，一步一步来，1分2来，好吧？啊，这样行，心态非常好，打到这会儿的时候，就是相信自己。
なんだろうなこいつマジで急に。
Here it is, the stats. Tomo, better in deciders. That said, remember their head-to-head. Those percentages, those are blind to the opponent. That is big picture. Right now, we're zoomed in on these two. Fraser, I feel like this is just next level from the next level that we saw last.
I know. Just when you think you've seen it all, the bar continues to be raised. I thought it might be starting to build that statue of Liang Jing-Quinn, but you just never know what can happen. Tomokazu channeling what we saw from his sister at the start of the 5th game.
You were calling that one?
Yeah. I was convinced when I knew he was going to come back.
The crazy thing is, the grunting that you're hearing is that's without microphones on them. You got everybody in the house. IOC, Prez, to the Prez of ITTF, USATT, Virginia Sung. If you're just joining us, this is crazy time. This is the last 2 minutes of whatever sport you were watching before this to end. We're watching the World Championships to determine in the greatest rivalry of the game who will be world champions. Okay, now, the Angjin Quin's already used his timeout. If he hadn't, he'd take one now. Tomokazu still has his in the bag, the pocket, if you will.
Long push from Tomo, mixing, matching, not snatching. So he's ahead by 4 as the 2 players change ends here. Liang Jun-kun breathing deeply. Is there a way back again?
There always is, as long as they're still keeping score. Embrace the challenge. It's amazing how much power he puts on this with the placement from a shot that was right near his right hip. This will be the perfect angle to see. Where that ball was, catches it at about rib height by getting low and leaning. But not yet, 1-6. They've gone back and forth. The Angjin Quin was up 5-1 in the first game and they were level at 6-6 by the towel break, so this is far from over. Potentially, anyway.
Empty serve. Oh.
Wrong side of the table. Don't see the Angjin Quin lobbing too much, but there weren't many other options as the ball came right back behind him.
Minces it down there. It's a beautiful parallel shot from Tomo. Liang still getting back to ball. Can you imagine if that came down?
Oh, second time for a second bounce in recent history. I think it's been quite balanced throughout, but this is very visual and visceral. Percentage-wise, it feels 50-50. Slightly more in favor of 50-50. 51-49. Wow.
They're going to be on the fence the whole way through this.
Jeez. Yu Harimoto holding the applause.
4-8.
This is crafty. To shut down Tomo with such a smooth opening. Tomo was in a rhythm and a pattern, and it felt like, I don't want to say premeditated, but like he had visualized a pattern that didn't appear. Adaptability.
Just handcuffing enough, and a timeout now from Tomo.
This is when it has to happen. A 3-point advantage, 3 points away, but the last 2 points, the way they were played, felt like something needed a little tweaking. A spiritual timeout, if you will.
勝ったら最初の気持ちでラブボール何回でも伸ばす何回でも伸ばすずっと78でいいよ
フォア打った時も絶対帰ってくるから
まだ枠った方が良さそうっすよ
打ってもまあ帰ってくるけど遅い
バック質問そうフォアっちゃフォア遠いっすもんそう
そこだけ考えるもう決めに行く時はフォア行ってもいいけどつなぐ時はもう全然バックでいいし OK サーブ OK よ短いのでいいっしょ
2本出したら十分でしょ
チキータ来る
ミドルした時バックにキュンでいいかもしれない
そう
バック来たらバックでいいっしょ強く意識しすぎだっけさっき2オンのやつできすぎ 伸ばしつつ早く行ったら早く行ったら、さっきあれ別に球の利用しただけ僕強く言ったわけじゃないんで。
そう全然
何対何になってもラブオールの気持ち。減量しても追いつかれそうになってもずっとあれだったら派手
目の前の一本目の前の一本それだけ。
チームゲームの気持ち。さっきの出しの気持ち。頑張れ。はい。
Still 3 points in front. If you're Tomo, what do you come back to the table thinking after that timeout?
I think it's just important that you embrace that Liang Jingkun's a hard player to fend off. Don't think too much about the outcome if you're Tomo. Try and stay calm, just breathe. The potential regret factor is always heavy. Trying to use it as a motivating factor here, but Liang Jingkun just won't lay down and take it.
That's 3 points in a row where it feels to me like Tomo was taken out of the point. Becomes 7-8, and the timeout has been far from cashed in. Not a point yet for the player who called the timeout. Momentum here. 6 of the last 8 points with Liang Jingkun. And it is level.
Being on the fence right now is the smartest place to be because we have no idea what's going to happen. Liang Jingkun, absolutely rock solid.
Like a statue. Shortens it up, another net ball. But the decision to spin short in that rally just to change the timing. 6 in a row for Liang Jingkun. Many thought this would be his last event, period, the way it was going. And now it feels like anything but it's not over yet. That said, Liang Jingkun has just set up 2 match points after scoring 7 in a row. Shunsuke Togami, the pain he felt in game number 1 will be very different than the pain Tomo will feel if one of these next 2 points goes the way of Liang Jingkun. Serves with Tomo.
No flash, please.
Carved the statue. Liang Jingkun has done it once again. This is crazy. From 0-2 down. He cannot be stopped. 29, forever 29. China, he has got your back. Design the statue. This could go in 3 straight, and look at the scores of the first 2. It is almost deja vu. Man, a hug to Alexi from Tomokazu. But Liang Jingkun is rewriting his entire career in 2 days.
We've been referencing the black and white beginnings of table tennis. I bet in decades from now we're going to be watching this one back. Looking at this guy, the hero for Team China, someone who has shown immense fighting spirit. I mean, let's be honest, not the most orthodox tactics here deployed by Liang Jingkun, going 2-0 down and winning the next 3 games.
Yeah, might not have been what the doctor or coach ordered, but look at this. He says, thank you. Thank you, Shifu. Master Wang Hao. The tough love when I needed it. The gentle speech when I needed it. That is a coach's job. This right here is exactly what China needed. Liang Jingkun lives up to that responsibility. Right back at you, Liang Jingkun, with an absolute soul-sucking steal of a victory. Comes back from 0-2 down once again. If, and it's still possible, we could get 5 matches in this. But that would require Wang Chutin to be beaten at least once. And that's rare to say. One more match coming up next as Japan trails 0-1. National champion Sora Matsushima will battle against the king of the world, Lionheart, world number 1, Wang Chuqin. Stay right here.
Welcome back inside the OVO Arena Wembley, and buckle up because this one could be the biggest match of the day. What on earth did we just see from Lian Jing-kun, by the way? Superhuman powers of recovery, but look at what's coming. It's a box office showdown between Japan's fearless gunslinger, Sora Matsushima, and the big dog, the world number 1, Lionheart, Wang Chuqin. Every time these two meet, sparks fly. The atmosphere is electric in here. The stakes couldn't be higher. And we are all ready to attack coin toss time.
Red, you win the toss. Service.
And then we come to the leaning racket reveal. Expect the unexpected here. Whenever you have Sora Matsushima on the table, the fine line between genius and madness is never too far away with this youngster. We take a look at Ben Foot, who's in the chair to try and control this one. A little bit of crowd control probably going to be needed. I'm welcoming Adam Bobro back to the broadcast. Adam, what on earth can we expect here between these two?
Well, we can expect something that's worth watching until the very end, no matter what. We've seen some incredibly tight encounters. We've seen 2 victories for Sora Matsushima, but Wang Chuqin, when it matters most, just knows how to hold responsibility to carry it. 2022, 4 years ago, Toma got the best of him, but last night he was unstoppable.
Oh yeah, he put the sword to the French team, extinguished the flame of Felix Lebrun. Before this, he had a stunning victory as well over Flavien Cotton. He has been undefeated so far here in London. When his nation have needed him most, they need him to pull through. He has responded. Gotta believe he's gonna come out of the traps here fast. But talk to me, Adam, about this maverick, Sora Matsushima. Such a joy to watch when he's fully flying.
Yeah, he's got elements of Koki Niwa, a mysterious man. You just don't know what to expect. At times it seems like he doesn't care, but it's far from that. Of course he cares. You don't make a living winning if you don't. It's that he's almost just confident enough to realize he doesn't have to waste energy, and casual can sometimes do it.
A reminder then of this match format. It's a best-of-5 games. We see the finer details on screen. Nothing but the best for 2 of the best in the world. The DHS table, the T-bar floor, and the butterfly ball. Warm-ups are done. Players doing their final preparations before we get underway here. I love this because there is a genuine chance with Sora that he could win this game 11-0. But there's equally a genuine chance he goes out there and loses this first game 11-0.
Level.
A lot to chew on right there. Player who's on the bench, but inside it's a familiar face to see, no matter which face it's behind.
So 2 left-handers to throw down here. And Wang Chuqin, the world number 1, can normally outpower, outblitz everyone.
For example, a 360 twirl from behind the table. As if this match was a dance, of course, doing anything he can in this. Man, Stefan Wesch is happy. You mentioned the 11-0 win. Has Sora ever beaten Wang Chuqin 11-0?
I'd have to go back through the record books. I can't imagine he does.
Me neither.
But the idea is that this guy can sometimes just batter everyone, but then equally slide off the cliff, a real kind of Jekyll and Hyde sometimes, where, like you say, the concentration sometimes wanes. 2, 3.
Yeah, there's definitely, I remember one of the most fascinating timeouts was basically, what on earth can I do against this guy right now? And the coach was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there was a fabulous moment when Sora was playing Darko Jorgic in one of the WTT events, and Kanak Jar, the American, was in the corner, and we went right in, and it was literally like, this guy plays like he doesn't care. What can I do? But it's Wang Chuqin with the 2-point advantage after 6. 3. This is like watching two heavyweights just slug it out, both with the power to knock out the other one.
Yeah, it's a good comparison, I'd say. We know what he's capable of in terms of both wings here. Sora from behind the table, and Wang Chuqin, the most dominant player on the planet. He's got plenty of power.
These two are just gonna go blow for blow here. Every time they've met recently, it's just been box office. Highlight after highlight after highlight. Most recently met at the World Cup in Macau. And it was Lionheart who came out victorious in a 7-game thriller. Before that, champions Chongqing around 2 months ago. Sora Matsushima catching the win 4-2, but the best moment was he won. And he laughed, he smiled, and it was so reminiscent of like the Joker to the Batman. Villain mode activated. I don't blame someone in the crowd for trying to get a video of this one.
Interesting choice here with a ball that comes long off the net. Comes clear off the table. We'll have another angle of it here. It was an awkward ball. He just played it for placement, although not even that worked out.
How much does Sora Matsushima being left-handed affect this matchup, do you think, Adam?
Well, it definitely helps in the sense that Wang Chuqin is not used to playing against left-handed players. People often ask, hey, how do you handle this shot that you do? I don't have to. I'm not handling it. I'm hitting it to my opponent, and that's true of left-handed players. Being left-handed doesn't mean you know how to play against them any better. You play them just as frequently, or infrequently, I should say, as anyone else. That said, Sora is one of 4 Matsushima children, all of whom are left-handed. All of whom have been on professional tracks. Miku, I have a funny feeling you will see another lefty there. Masataka Morizono, coach for the men's team. One of the coaches, anyway.
Oh, my word.
It's so smooth the way he just guides up inside out. So pretty. Check this out. Just leaves the racket up in the air as if to say, I don't have to reset after that.
Packed over Arena Wembley here. 8-8. And it couldn't be closer. Look at that lineup.
Wang Liqin on the right, Ma Long, Xu Xin, Liu Shuwen, Xiao Zhan, Yo Guang Kai.
9-8.
That's some trophy haul between those guys, isn't it? But Sora is now 2 points away.
8-10.
Make that 1 point away.
We know what he's capable of, but as you said, in terms of dependability, dependability stands on the Chinese side. Serving at 8-10.
It flicks the net, and it brings the first game under the spell of Sora Matsushima.
He apologizes in English, and he takes the first. Sorry won't be enough. Wang Chuqin is not relying on gifts or apologies. We've got ourselves a battle from 8-all the last 3 points in this game to the underdog looking for his third victory, but now on the biggest stage.
Second game
is back at the table.
China to serve. Level.
It will be Lionheart to start us off in game 2 here. And he's got some work to do.
He's doing the work on top of every bounce, but not passively. He's punching down on him. Just sliding around, he says, top edge of the racket. Okay. We've seen that before. He benefited from it at the end of last game. What is fear? There is none. He's like the anime characters he loves.
I was going to ask you a question about the previous match with Liang Jin-kun coming from behind to beat Tomokazu Haramoto. Does that put more pressure on Sora? Or does this kid just seemingly not even feel pressure?
Well, you got to imagine he feels some after shots like this. In terms of the relation to Tomo, first of all, they're both playing for the team, so in some senses, it creates greater opportunity. It's like, imagine a sibling of yours needing your help. You really want to be there. Same with Sora.
2-3.
A rare gift in London for Sora. How often do you see Lionheart with a service error? Shows you the pressure he's under here.
The ball itself doesn't quite feel the sound from your voice, but that is a statement. This is him trying to get back into it, taking his chances. If he makes that shot, it's going to be tough to get back, but a lot of ifs in the world.
Just going pace for pace again. And you are right, there are opportunities for Sora. Is this the path of least resistance for Wang Chuqin, though, to play this pace game? That was gorgeous, though, wasn't it?
It's interesting when you ask the question about feeling pressure or how it would affect him, Tomo's, let's say, defeat in the first. He also made a claim that he'd like to pass Tomo by and become the top player for Japan. Well, opportunity comes knocking. Better now than later.
And it's Lionheart with a huge forehand of his own. And he's got a 3-point advantage here in what feels like a must-win game, because a reminder, it is a best-of-5.
Awkward serve right off the bat, an unusual bounce, but sometimes you can't rush into receiving it unless it's really a winner shot that presents itself to you. It gets right back into the rally. You have to remember, it's tough to imagine this, even though the scoreboard says it. Wang Chuqin is trailing 0 games to 1. He's fighting just to get level.
Lots of changes of direction from Lionheart now. I actually was in the training hall in the final kind of moments before the players came out here. Wang Chuqin was playing with one Sen, left-hander, and there was a lot of changes of direction from the world number 1. He was very rarely playing the ball to the same place. And Sora Matsushima was at the back of the hall, and he was just slugging it out with Yukiya Uda.
Right, they both had their left-handed practice partners. Yuan Li Sun is really interesting to watch. I almost feel like in some ways, well, Yuan Li Sun is not as much like Sora as Yukiya Uda is like Wang Chuqin, but it's not just about your practice partner. Head-to-head, there's a reason Wang Chuqin is the favorite here, despite trailing right now and having another close game.
And Sora Matsushima has brought this back to within 1. And there's a ripple effect because the world number 1 has called his timeout. In the balance, this one.
Reminders to breathe, take it slowly.
7, 8.
Which is interesting because he was clearing his nasal pathways there just to make sure he could.
7.
It's amazing how many points Wang Chuqin has won, not by hitting the ball past Sora, by Sora seeing an opportunity but just overcooking it. Wang Chuqin now 2 points away and 2 serves to come to try and close out game 2.
9, 8.
Open table and the power. The investment in the first shot, the big opener. Wang Chuqin makes it a very tough ball to keep in play. The trajectory that has been lower than most. And quickly he goes back to do his homework. Serve success with Sora, 2% the better. It's been a receiver's match so far.
Sora saves a game point though.
Slow and spinny with that long stroke.
Left. 9, 10.
Interesting that Wang Chuqin was coming across to the forehand side on this though.
10.
Oh my word.
OMW. Deuce. 2 game points saved. 10-10. 0-0. You can get excited, but we've seen people come back from what? 3-10 down to 10-10 and then get beaten?
10, 11.
I feel like the placement was beautiful there from Wang Chuqin. And with a ripping backhand, Lionheart roars into London and levels this at 1 game apiece. waving your banner all over the land. So here we go, perfectly poised, Adam. One game apiece. Where on earth does this go from here?
Third game.
I love it.
Japan to serve.
It goes to the fans.
No flash, please.
Yo Guangkai, the practice partner for Wang Chuqin, shouting his name just like every other person in this stadium, minus some
No
small
flash.
percent. Where does it go from here? Time will tell.
Level.
We know what Sora's capable of. That said, Wang Chuqin, there are very few head-to-heads that don't favor Wang Chuqin.
Dismissed, dispatched. And now 2 of his own serves to come. How on earth does he hit that ball that hard from down so low?
The confidence of doing it time and time again in the practice hall.
Absolutely. I was going to say it defies physics. It's 4 points to the world number 1. But Sora's on the board.
1-4.
And these two are barely taking a breath between points. I love it. No wonder they need a towel break. But that's the second serve in recent memory that Lionheart has killed off the bounce. And he's got a 5-1 lead here. And is this what defines Sora at this moment? Where, from game to game, the level of performance, maybe the level of concentration just dips and soars.
Yeah, it's tough to know when you're playing against Wang Chuqin how much of it is the opponent and how much of it is yourself, the quality.
Another point to the temple from Wang Hao. Barely got time for replays here. Because Wang Chuqin is in no mood to hang around. He's already at 8. What?
Gotta love it, the drop shot effective, and from under the table, Sora comes soaring in and scoops this one up at a perfect read from Wang Chuqin. Check out the side spin. Snake, perfectly read with the swatting shot.
9-2.
Genius. Just genius from him. Just nonchalantly. Look at that whip on that ball.
Chiquita.
It was a cheeky Chiquita.
Chop block from Wang Chuqin. Play it short to me, I dare you. I'll chisel it away to set up 8 game points for a 2-1 lead. That right there. Like the corner of a stop sign.
And just like that, world number 1 found himself 1 game down. And in a matter of minutes, now holds the lead. And now it turns to Sora Matsushima to do something different.
他可能不足啊，如果感觉很累了，你也直接可以从这下来。你看现在这个节奏，旋转、落点和节奏，提醒时刻提醒自己专注啊，时刻提醒自己专注。他有可能这种他会发长的，有可能这种是打乱你定律啊，定律啊，而且什么不躁不急啊，也不这种去较劲啊，真发长的了，算准侧车，感觉不舒服一样还是能反手这种套路。 正手他真抽你哪个了？操，有本事你他妈个个全变我的 ace 啊！我能扑不了，我把这边就叫扔了。很好，心平气和，1分来啊！
And waiting in the wings. Shunsuke Tagami, the absolute firework from Japan, will go up against the former world #1, Lin Shidong. What a matchup that will be. Those two have played recently and just had absolute crackers. But there's still business to sort on center court. Sora thought it might come down.
You sort of have to. You got to play everything, but it got us excited up here when we couldn't see the ball. I think Wang Chuqin's body language made it clear that it wouldn't.
Serve from Sora Matsushima. Such power. Bludgeons the ball, no chance of it coming back. And Sora now has a 2-point lead. You need a slow-mo replay to just see what's happening here. The ball's an absolute blur.
Yeah, the vocals sort of told the story for me in this, that Sora felt like, how can I finish this point? Like trying to hit through your coach when they're blocking. Just a reminder, we are in London, but it feels like Wang Chuqin's house.
He's been undefeated here all week in London. He's been pushed to the limit, but he stood strong every single time as Lionheart. But he's being challenged here.
Long serve as fast as can be. After last game, the body language of Sora, it just felt like at times maybe he had thrown in the towel. You never know with Sora. He's back.
This is another time when Sora loves to step to his left to receive serve with his backhand, and Wang Chuqin just sending him the other way. And it's within 3 for the world #1 now.
In the zoomed-in context of this match, this is a must-win for Sora.
Great reactions in the crowd. That is staggering from the world #1.
Crazy shot. You can barely keep up. And a timeout indeed. Sora plays some incredible shots in this rally, and Wang Chuqin responds with something that how on earth can you even block?
Ovo Arena Wembley falls eerily silent in the moment.
OK そこからのラリーそこで点取るしかないよ大丈夫大丈夫大丈夫3球目強くいけたら強くね強くなるべく強くそこからラリースタート頑張るぞはい
Always fascinating to zoom in to the relationships between coach and player. Difficult to know how much of that information from Seiya Kishikara went into the head of Sora.
7.
But just like that, such is the genius of this man. He restores that 2-point lead, and it's Wang Chuqin now chasing.
The amount of space between one foot and another when he finishes turning that corner is enough that he could lie down in between it. After finishing his matches yesterday, he was back in the practice hall getting stretched out by a physio, and you can see why he needs that agility.
8-6.
Not an easy way to win a point from behind the table with a backhand. Sora quickly backed up and takes that at chest height. Generates that much power. Masataka likes it. Keep that spin on, he says.
Came on the back edge. 7. Such is the margins of this matchup. Every single point feels heavyweight. Two of the hardest hitters on planet Earth just slugging it out here for the biggest prize, for all the gold. And it's now locked at 8-all. And Sora tiptoes forward.
From that camera angle, the opportunity was very much there. That said, let's take a look here. Interesting body language, a little fortune earlier in the point for Wang Chuqin.
Serve success on the screen. Wang Chuqin holding a slender advantage. Sora's got to bump those numbers up if he's to take this to a decider. And Wang Chuqin, look at the reaction from Sora.
This one completely gets away. The fortune there. Wang Chuqin raises his hand quickly.
Zhou Jihao with a delayed reaction. Sora Matsushima is serving to stay in this match. Wang Chuqin stands tall again here in London.
That was probably the fastest high five I've seen from Wang Chuqin against anyone, but he was clearly matching the energy on the other side and reading the moments. Normally there's a pat on the back, there's a handshake, there's a look as if to say, good match, tough luck. But Sora clearly not in the best of spirits at this moment. Those last 2 points were far from the quality that he brought from throughout this match. But stable at the table, the world #1 gets the entire bench immediately out of their seats. And Wang Hao, like a motivational speaker, like a CrossFit trainer, it's you, baby. This is for you guys. Look at Wang Hao. You couldn't ask an actor to get a performance with the passion that he's brought here. It's been a scary week, but they're in a good position now.
How ironic that that matchup between the two sluggers was settled on slightly softer points. Tomokazu Harimoto will be ruining a missed chance against the man who is able to perform miraculous recoveries. Lian Jin-kun coming back to earn China the opener, and then Wang Chuqin extinguishing the flame of Sora Matsushima. It now comes up to Shunsuke Tagami and Lin Shidong. Can Lin Shidong, after all the questions, be the one to win the gold? We are back inside the OVO Arena, Wembley, and look at the score. Team China 1 win away from the gold, from all the marbles. So now it comes to Shunsuke Tagami to try and keep Japan in this tie. Lin Shidong, the former world #1, will step onto court to try and get it done for his nation. Last time these two played, a couple of months back, Tagami won it. It's time for the Tata coin toss to determine service.
Red, black, black, service.
And now for the leaning racket reveal. Both players taking their equipment, and then we'll get underway with some of the fastest warm-ups we'll see. Fraser Riley sat alongside me. Fraser, what on earth did we just witness from Wang Chuqin and Sora before this one gets going?
Unbelievable. Let me just say something. If you're a fan of the rest of the world, if you thought that Team China were going to be dethroned this year at the World Championships, let me ask a quick question. How do you feel? How do you feel? Because it does not look like it's going to happen now.
Oh, no. So Lin Shidong, the former world #1, currently at world ranking 6. All of the question marks were around him and his confidence and whether the bottle had gone or whether he could stay aggressive. It didn't start well for him, but he has since shown some powers of recovery. And then talk to me, Fraser. If people haven't seen Tagami before, what can they expect from him?
He's a speed demon. One of the fastest players in the world. Twinkle-toed, very powerful, a world champion in men's doubles, history maker with Shinozuka, a really, really solid #3. He loves to attack right off the bat, ultra aggressive on both sides. I think we're in for a treat here. A must-win match for Japan. Yes, he did beat Shidong in their last meeting in Haikou at the Asian Cup this season, but Shidong will be looking to prove a point and put on the finishing touch now.
It was best of 7 games that day. Lin Shidong went off to a 3-1 lead before getting pulled back. If he gets to 3-1 today, the gold is going home with Team China.
Looking to paint the town red again.
Gotta believe there's gonna be some party if they can get it done between the men and women's. What do you want to see then? If you're in Tagami's corner, what do you want to see from that man early here in game 1 with it all to do?
I don't know, as we see the killer's throw there.
I was looking at Joji Howe and I wanted to say, you realise you're 2 up, not 2 down.
You want to see aggression from Tagami, you want to see that positive energy, the lapse of victory. But look, Lin Shidong, despite turbulent times, despite not winning a singles event in over a season,
First game,
he is the favourite
Japan
coming into
serve,
this.
Labo.
I've never seen a player play as well as him and lose 3-0. A match against Felix Sabron was ridiculous.
The match against Zhang Wujin, who sat a couple of seats away from us, Fraser, was ridiculous as well.
Oh, yeah.
We've been saying that Lin Shidong had turned passive, that he was too worried about the backhand. He came out in the quarters and just lit it up.
He did.
And the round of 16.
If you're new to Lin Shidong, he's a walking highlight reel. He's so good from mid-distance, loop to loop, away from the table.
So here we go then. Lin Shidong with his first serves of this final. And he's vocal early. If you're in Team China's corner then, what do you want to see from Lin Shidong? Is this exactly what you want to see?
Absolutely. There's an element of showmanship to Shidong. There is as well with Wen Reibo. And that excites me as a fan of Chinese table tennis. It excites me to see. But Tagami here with a cracking backhand. You can just hear the contact. So clean, absolutely creams it.
Yeehaw! When these two start slinging, it's so much fun, isn't it?
It is. It's like a Western shootout.
Showdown at dawn in London. Chinese flags everywhere you look here at the OVO Arena, Wembley.
Top edge of the racket from Shidong. The rally goes on. Apologises for it, the man they call a little stone. We haven't said this enough, really. This is Lin Chidong's first World Team Championships appearance. Maybe we should cut him a little bit of slack.
Absolutely.
He's had losses, yes. He had losses at the Worlds last year. Didn't come away with a single medal, being the world #1.
I think part of the reason why he's got a little bit, as we see the Brothers of Destruction there on screen, and a little bit of complaints about how he's been playing is because we know how high his ceiling is in Shidong.
That's right.
Former world #1. I was there in person when he dethroned Ma Long at the China Smash 2 years ago.
Oh, me too.
And he's at his best when he's aggressive. If he's attacking first, or he lets you attack as a trap and he counters.
He's got to enjoy himself. You know, he's back from a bit of a break in singles, Lin Chidong. Saw him play doubles in Taiyuan. But, yeah, I think he's really benefited from a bit of a break.
The power on the shots. The perfect view from behind the players.
This is the rock and roll table tennis that we love to see.
And at the moment, Little Stone is rolling downhill and towards the finish line of this opening game.
Right serve from Shunsuke.
Counter. We haven't seen that in the last few months. But he's brought it out here and it raises the feet of Shushin.
I just can't get over it. You know, the build-up, Chongqing, World Cup, even before that, I was thinking to myself, seriously thinking to myself, it feels like if China don't lose now at this Worlds, they never will. And look at it. Tagami just left here to feed off the scraps.
Yeah, and he's going to have to work hard to get those scraps. He's still 5 points down here, 3-8. And there's the counter game. He lulls you in. And then bombers away.
Tagami's clueless. Doesn't have a clue where Shidong is going to go on that third ball, does he?
And look at the celebration like Superman.
Left, 3-9.
And Shidong, 2 points away from this opening game in what is a must-win for Japan.
4-9.
What do you think for Tagami? Looking at the remainder of game 1 and then into game 2, what does he need to change?
A lot. I think he has to resist. He's like a pit bull. He doesn't let go of the branch, Tagami. Oh, incredible work there from the Japanese. I feel like he wants to get into top gear straight away, Shunsuke. I would like to see a little bit more calm serving and receiving. Build his way in. Because Shidong's there waiting for that first counter. If Tagami bites the bait, he's going to be backpedaling.
9-6.
But he's done well in the last few points. And that's Tagami. He's still got breath. As we see the best afro in the Oval Arena Wembley.
Oh. Beautiful.
Just staggering. When he's playing like this, Lin Chidong is an absolute joy to watch.
Push and counter. He earns the first powerful ball. You're probably better off re-pushing it if you're Shunsuke.
Lin Chidong has earned himself 4 game points, and what this would do for any nerves that he's got. But a fast, long serve into the body from Tagami keeps him alive here. Both of these players serve and then immediately to backhand grip. And they just want to absolutely cake the next one.
The right tactic there from Tagami, though. Getting Shidong to bring in that right foot forwards and playing it deep.
Question for you. We are now at 10-8. If Tagami wins the next one, could we see a Chinese timeout? We're seeing it now. A recognition of the moment from Lin Shidong, and it was him who called it. I watched it. Wow. Got to try and get this over the line, does Lin Shidong. Fascinating. Hear it.
09发动档。好，马上等。他改你这一下的时候，如果高了，可以女的都高，我中间放档。这会儿就是敢出手，还是坚定坚决的这种打，执行自己这种感觉。你的第一判断是最重要的，想到了直接出手，不能犹豫。再一个，无非就是换到中间正手发球了嘛，发球这里头不用慢，捅完不也挺好吗？非常好，对不对？就是不要这种就是光想一摆，还是下手，真的这种下手就是还是要对后面保护连续，是吧？都行，自己想到了就去做。现在非常好啊，对不对？小分领先了以后，自己还拿着2个发球，轻松轻松，特别好，come on，对，
呀！ So the advice from the extremely experienced Wang Hao in the corner: be decisive, do what you think is right, and commit to it. And you've got to believe that's about the counter game, or try and get in first. But the good news for Lin Shidong and for Team China is he has the ball in his hand for the next 2 points. He has serve. He can choose where this battle begins to try and earn game 1. And he's gonna need the second opportunity, because Tagami's reacted exactly what you wanted him to do. A little bit more care on serve receive.
There is such a thing as flicking or attacking for the sake of it.
6 of the last 8 going the way of Tagami. And he fires it long, and Lin Shidong celebrates and pumps the fist. What a good timeout. What that will do to any nerves that were lingering for the former world #1. He's 33% of the way. He's won game 1. He needs 2 more to bring the gold home for Team China.
包括把落点拉开，有的时候双手软，对吧？包括有时候还是小三角都行。他现在站中间这个位置吧，一个是他为什么站中间？他你摆成短，他想过来扔你。
Volvemos. China 2-0 arriba, 1-0 en este partido. Recordamos, Japón si quiere hacer historia tiene que ganar los próximos 3 partidos. China ganando este ya se asegura el trofeo, pero bueno, ustedes saben cómo es el tenis de mesa. De un momento a otro nos podemos encontrar con un cambio de rumbo. Así que sigan acompañándonos, que hay promesa, ¿eh? Pueden tener hasta 3 partidos más en el día.
Puede ser, puede ser.
Vamos a ver. Llegando a las 2 de la tarde en la República Argentina.
Punto para Japón.
Y a las 6 de la tarde en Londres, donde se está llevando a cabo este certamen.
En el Ovo Arena de Wembley, totalmente repleto. Nos saludan del Club Michelangelo, que hay un curso de entrenadores en este momento y están prendidos a la pantalla de Fox. ¡Qué lindo! Saque lateral. Es difícil cuando viene lateral conectar. Ahí vemos que se va afuera. La pelota lleva mucho efecto. No fue visualizado por Tagami. Está el saque, 1 iguales. Toca la red, va de nuevo. Sacan cada 2. Se juega 11, por de 5. Si van 10 iguales, diferencia de 2. La pelota que había devuelto recién Lin Shidong. Impresionante. Ahí lo ven. ¿Cómo la vio?
¿Cómo la vio?
No sé. Es anticipación un poco también, ¿no? Eso es lo que
Siempre,
explican
sí.
los doctores que analizan estos deportes.
Usted es un doctor en esto.
No,
también.
no. Para nada. Saque largo a los bifes. Muy bien por parte de Togami. 3-1.
Hay olor a descuento.
Y sacó muy largo. Se tiene que... en realidad yo lo que creo es que está arriesgando porque sabe que es la única forma. Este ex número 1 del mundo, Lin Shindong, es un gran jugador. Ya pidió su minuto. Veremos qué pasa. También le sacó largo. Él arriesgó, tiró lo más fuerte que pudo, pero tiene 8 ojos este chino. Mírenlo. Rapidísima esa pelota. La vio, la bloqueó derechito. Nada que hacer para el japonés. Festeja con puño cerrado. 3 iguales. Están con todos los chinos. Revalidando la supremacía. Si bien han pasado bastantes apuros para llegar a la final, hoy lo están haciendo de forma contundente. Fue clave la formación, el riesgo que tomó el entrenador. Qué lindo, si entraba ese Tostin cruzado. No entró, de contra Tostin. Casi. Togami forzando golpes para doblegar a Lin. Saque largo al rally. Lin Shindong sólido. Esos saques lo hacen los jugadores para ir al rally, contraatacar, pero se enfrentan a un Lin Shindong muy seguro. ...5-4 para Lin Shindong. Muchas banderas chinas en el Ovo Arena Wembley. Palpitando el triunfo, pero como dice Nico, nada está dicho. Cinco iguales. El japonés tomando riesgo, pero Lin devolviendo. Ahí lo tienen. Le ha sacado largo para ir al rally. Veremos si en este caso hace lo mismo. Sacó corto, pero se encontró con un ataque de Lin, que con muy poco lugar para hacer ese golpe lo puede ejecutar muy bien. Y bien ubicado, bien lejos del cuerpo de Togami. Otra vez, pero en este caso no fue tan bien ubicado, entonces le da la posibilidad del contratospin. Cuerpo hacia adelante, con todo al cuerpo del chino. 7-5 para Lin Shindong, que sigue arriba.
Corre y corre.
Sí.
Togami. Pero el partido por ahora es de Lin. 7-5, 1-0 arriba.
Muy bien jugado realmente. Saque corto. Pelota muy corta.
Buena
con
corbata,
efecto.
profe. Banco el chaleco.
De seda.
Banco el chaleco.
Mirá ese topspin de revés. Es impresionante. Este ex número 1 del mundo. Lin Shindong. Arriba 3 puntos. Lo que parecía iba a ser muchísimo más parejo a priori. Está siendo, no digo fácil para China porque no es fácil, pero lo está llevando muy bien. Se lo debe mucho a este Lian Chin-Kung, que si bien perdió con Horacito Cifuentes, lo tenemos que decir, tenemos que recordarle a la gente que Horacito Cifuentes, nuestro campeón argentino, le ha ganado a este chino que ha ganado hoy. Pero
desde que llegó a las 6:30 de la mañana, 6:25, que me viene diciendo, mirá que cuando tengamos la final masculina...
Lo voy a decir.
Horacito Cifuentes... Y acá estamos. Le mandamos un abrazo muy grande a todo el país que nos está siguiendo desde muy temprano. 11-5 China, se pone 2-0 arriba. Será, mirá cómo están en el público. Parece un estadio en Shanghái. No lo es, estamos en Londres, estamos con el profe, estamos con Luchito en la producción. Y ya venimos con mucho más. Dale.
算到了，提前动了，该跳了，哎，你给你领了他没办法，对吧？他一拧就别下了啊。但这会儿头脑还是要冷静，要清楚，还是当平局这种打啊。这还是要该出手的时候，我一定要不能犹豫，一定要果断啊。该下一定要敢下啊。这里现在整个人都在你这种节奏来，对吧？就是有可能他会搏杀，打了拿着这种压力，这种去打乱你，没关系，给他，对不对？我就保持我自己。对不对？允许有自己，允许有1、2个无谓失误，没问题，啊，就是这种坚定果断的这种，好吧？相信，啊，自信，啊，很好，加快一点，
保持。
Bueno, un abrazo grande a todo el mundo que nos está mirando en este momento en Fox Sports. Muchos mensajes, @martin.paradela, las redes del profe, @niconeus con /S, las redes de quien les habla. Descuenta Japón, lo gana China. Por lo menos arranca 1-0 el equipo nipón. El sueño de descontar está más vigente que nunca. Le faltan 10 puntos.
Es así, Nicolás.
Bueno, Martín.
Así es. Qué lindo punto, señores. Qué bien cómo llegó ahí en ese drive cruzado. Lin Shindong, 1 iguales. Saca China. Tuvo que pedir minuto al comienzo del partido Lin para intentar asegurar su set. Y ahora va arriba. (2-1) para Lin Shindong. Y recordamos a la gente, estamos festejando los 100 años de la Federación Internacional de Tenis de Mesa. Se jugó en Londres en 1926. Hoy se repite allí en 2026. Espectacular todo. Grandes imágenes. 2 iguales ahora para el japonés. Que nos quiere dar un poquito más de espectáculo, Nico.
Un poquito más, un poquito más. Como decía Miguel. 2-2, beso al cielo.
(3-2) para Togami. Vamos a ver si Lin mete o relaja un poco y fuerza el japonés un set más. No lo sabemos. Saque corto, ataque en tercera pelota de manual de tenis de mesa.
Literalmente, cuando dicen es ahora o nunca, es ahora o nunca, literal.
Tal cual. En sus manos Lin tiene su saque. Saca 2 veces. Sería importante para él llevarse estos 2 puntos. Lo había dejado salir.
Para no gritarlo,
No salió el japonés. Le dejó, la verdad, la pelota, pero erró un penal. Salió muy suavecita. Y Lin erró un penal. 3 puntos arriba del japonés. (5-3). No puede despegar. Hubiera sido importante para el japonés este punto. Ahora está muy parejo nuevamente. 2 sets arriba por parte de Lin Shindong. Qué bien. Muy buen punto. Muy buena la recepción del chino. Mejor aún la devolución que vino después de Togami, que llegó justo. Luego desde atrás contraatacó y se llevó el punto. 6-3 con posibilidad de llevarse este set. Ahora sí.
Se lo ve más sólido. Y todavía no pidió tiempo. Larga. 7-3. Se lo puede llevar rápido,
Sí, sí. Tal vez Lin pensó que lo llevaba. Se relajó un poco, como decíamos al principio. Ahora está complicado. 3-7.
Suerte de su lado.
¡Uf! Es lindo cuando se tiran de atrás.
¡Qué locura!
Muy bueno, muy bueno.
7-4 a 3
Tal vez.
de poder igualar y a
Tal cual.
4 de poder descontar. Perdón, profe.
No, diga. Sabe que estaba pensando que no fue tan bien estratégicamente el punto de Lin, pero se lo llevó. Eso era lo que estaba pensando. Bueno. Puede ser que lo fuerce nomás, ¿eh? Nos quedamos un ratito más, Nico.
Bueno.
Para decirle a la gente cómo ellos utilizan toda la mesa, todo el ancho de la mesa, para ganar un punto. En este caso, Togami lo hizo perfectamente. Nada que hacer para Lin. Muy mala recepción. Facturó el japonés 9-4. Ganó 6 de los últimos 8 puntos el japonés. Opa. Salió de las cenizas. Lin en ese punto estaba perdido realmente. No lo había hecho muy bien, pero resurgió. 5-9. Ahora tiene 2 saques él. Creo que si quiere ganar el set, tiene que ganar sí o sí los 2 saques. Saca largo para ir directamente al rally. El primer topping no lo hace muy fuerte, sí así el segundo. Ahí va. Miren el segundo. No puede Togami. Este punto es importante para el chino porque mete mucha presión al japonés. ¿Tenemos minuto? Puede ser, ¿eh?
A ver.
¿Qué te dije?
Hay minuto.
Hay minuto, claro. Sí o sí necesita el minuto porque si pierde este punto se le complica mucho. El mejor set jugado por el japonés Togami. Agradecemos a toda la gente que nos estuvo mirando, Nico, que fue muchísima. Desde las 7 de la mañana estamos aquí.
Desde las 7.
Llegamos de noche.
Son las 14 horas.
Sí, señor.
O sea que hace 7 horas que estamos.
Sí. Yo igual lo quiero, lo banco. Me quedo un rato más con usted, no tengo problema.
Pero ya es mucho, profe, ya son 7 horas. La verdad que hace 7 horas que lo estoy viendo, prefiero...
Ya está cansado. Ya. Se está escuchando a este.
2-0.
Vamos a ver lo que pasa.
Ganando China 9-7. Japón en este momento.
Saludo a mi primo Sebastián, que está mirando esta final. Me está mandando una foto. Gracias, Seba. Besos a la
quien
fría.
también ha hecho un trabajo bárbaro.
Sí.
Lucio, nuestro productor, desde muy temprano también conectado, Eli, en la parte técnica. Y ustedes, muchos y muchas, haciendo el aguante desde muy temprano. Bueno, a ver.
Bueno, saludos a Vale también, Seba. Y a mis hermanos también.
Red.
Forzando el último set. Se llama esta historia. Mejor dicho, forzando un set más. Porque va 2-0 arriba Lin Xindong.
¿Y quién le dice partido? Red 11-7, 2-1. Para historia, se pondrá 2-2. ¿Lo ganará Japón? Bueno, muchas preguntas. Pero tengo una respuesta.
Dígame.
Vamos a una pausa.
¿Cómo no?
Ahora venimos más. Dale, China, por Dios, te lo pido. Qué locura. Voy al baño, amigo. Bueno, profe, Japón en busca de estirar un poco más esta definición. Y da la sensación que si juega como jugó recién, puede soñar.
Exactamente. Saca Lin.
1-0. Imagínese un Japón
1-0 para
levantando
Togami.
de
2-0 para Togami.
Rápido, rápido.
Está arriesgando igual, ¿eh? Va a depender de que siga metiendo. Es lo que tiene que hacer de todas maneras.
Y sí, es lo que tiene que hacer.
...2-1 se da aliento. Lin no se animó a sacar.
Pleno la gente.
Muy prendida la gente en el estadio. ¡Opa! Pifió un saque japonés. Esto pasa cuando quieren sacar largo para ir al rally directamente. La pelota tiene que ser bien profunda. En este caso se le fue un poquito larga. Cuanto más profunda, más sorprende al rival. Dos iguales. Un poco de fortuna para Lin ahí. Ninguno tomaba riesgo. En este caso lo tomó Lin. Golpeando muy fuerte cruzado. Queriendo forzar ya esta final para el lado de China. Recordamos que va ganando China 2-0 en el global. Si gana este punto, Lin se corona campeón mundial aquí en Londres. Los dos de muy lejos. Impresionante el punto. Ninguno quedó en la mesa. Bien por Lin. Más sólido en el contratopping. Ahí lo ven ustedes. La primera con mucho efecto y la segunda el cuerpo bien hacia adelante. Girando un poco el hombro para cruzarla un poquito más. Igual los dos con mucho efecto, ¿eh? No era tan fuerte este intercambio de contratop. Saca Togami con 2 puntos abajo. Lin no está arriesgando mucho. Está conservador. Veremos qué pasa. Buen punto por Lin. 5-2. Atacó despacito, pero después mucho efecto y un poquito más de fuerza. Logra conectar el punto. Se da mucho aliento también. 5-2, 3 de ventaja. China encaminado a ganar el título mundial. Deja corta la pelota. Error no forzado de Togami. Saque para Lin. Tanda de 2. Esto fue muy rápido hasta ahora. Este set realmente fue muy rápido. Se lamenta todo Japón. Sora Matsushima como Kazu Harimoto. 6-2 para China. Viento a favor para ellos ahora. Falló una pelota prácticamente no forzada. Sigue luchando Togami. Eso me gusta. Me parece muy bien. Lo que corresponde. No darse por vencido. Bastante arriba en el marcador Lin. Veremos qué pasa. 6-3. Esto habla un poquito de los nervios. Quiere poner la pelota justo. Y pega en la red. Va de nuevo. Opa, un poquito de fortuna. A 4 puntos de ser campeón mundial China. Togami luchando, la verdad, nada para reprocharle a él. Era el que menos chance tenía realmente.
Y el que más cerca estuvo.
Estuvo bastante cerca, es verdad.
Por ahora, ¿no? Porque esto da la sensación de que puede también seguir largo.
Muy buena pelota, ataque paralelo. Para mí Lin hizo todo bien, pero ejecutó un poquito mal. Lo pensó bien, pero apenas larga la pelota. 4-7 para Togami. Pide un poquito de tiempo. Ahí va. ¡Opa! Arriesgó y fue afuera. Togami un luchador, ¿eh? Siempre desde atrás, pero se puede ir hoy, aunque pierda con la frente bien alta porque lo está dando todo. 7-5. Tanda de 2 saques importante. Nadie más puede pedir minuto porque ya ambos pidieron el minuto. Para mí un poquito apresurado al principio el minuto de Lin, pero bueno, le sirvió también para cerrar el primer set. Vamos a ver ahora.
Cómo se pica el partido si lo empata Japón, ¿eh?
Tal cual.
Y mira.
7-6. Error no forzado. Está hablando un poquito de los nervios. Cuando parecía que se lo llevaba. Saque corto, ataque muy fuerte cruzado. 8-6. Importante punto para Lin Chindong, ex número 1 del mundo, actual número 5. Apenas alta quedó la pelota. Con un golpe cortito. Cruzado. A 3 puntos de ganar China. Bien por Togami, qué luchador, señores. Aún dejándolo atacar. Se jugó al contra Tospin. Lo está dejando todo el japonés.
Impresionante el partido que estamos viviendo por la pantalla de Fox. Mucha gente conectada, el país conectado.
Sí, gracias Fox.
Silvia ahí que nos manda mensaje que está ahí prendida, ¿eh? Mediodía de la República Argentina. Pero ¿en qué parte del mundo están? Mirá, 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 mirá.
¡Oh! Se quedó, esa pelota se quedó. 8 iguales.
Una locura, 8 iguales. Estamos disfrutando
Tospin
este tenis
contra
de mesa.
Tospin, contra Tospin, contra Tospin. Y otro más. Y miren cómo quedó esa pelota. Ahí nomás, ahí nomás. Cómo se debe estar lamentando Lin.
Impresionante.
Remontada de Togami. 6 puntos de los 8 últimos. Saca Lin. Serie de 2, 8 iguales.
Ahí está, lo festeja, lo festeja.
Yo hubiera querido
9-8.
que ataque, pero no. Aguantó ahí.
A 2 puntos.
Cómo se lamenta Togami, le pegó en la madera.
Se lamenta Togami.
9-8, puede pasar cualquier cosa, ahora sí.
Rodolfo Restaurador también, que me dicen que nos está viendo, a ver, en esta definición.
Muy buen contra Tospin cruzado, 2 posibilidades de cerrar para China. Todo a favor de China ahora, ¿eh?
Todo a favor de China.
2-0 en el global, 2-1 en este partido, 18 arriba, faltando un punto si es que lo mete China. Si no, se pone parejo otra vez.
Mucha expectativa, mirá cómo lo festejan. Me imagino que en casa deben estar igual.
¡10-9!
10-9. No, quieren seguir jugando, quieren que esto no termine.
Togami está como loco, tirando de los dos lados, de revés. La quiere asegurar ahí, se ve la cara del Indy, se la pongo despacito y que la erre él, pero no.
No. ¿Y lo gana Togami o lo...?
Mucha presión para Lin.
A ver.
Pero está arriba.
Qué seriedad.
Va a tratar de devolver corto, como lo hizo hasta ahora. Sí, señor. ¡No!
¡Oh, puntazo! ¡China campeón!
¡Qué calidad! ¡Qué contratopping paralelo!
Pero para abrazarte un
liquidarlo.
día, profe, mirá cómo salió corriendo.
Impresionante.
Señoras y señores, China es el nuevo campeón y se festeja en todos lados. Tremenda transmisión por la pantalla de Fox, una locura de tenis de mesa. Profe, primero agradecerle a Luchito, a Lucio Barrera Oro, que desde muy temprano comandando el timón de este barco. Una locura. Mira cómo lo festeja China, lo que debe ser en este momento las calles de Shanghái, de todos lados. Festejando y disfrutando, profe, agradecerle a usted, también a Eli, que estuvo en la parte técnica.
Totalmente.
Y usted, un animal, Toro.
Gracias a todos, muchas gracias por seguirnos. Qué festejo el de China, realmente se desahogan. En la serie de grupo habían perdido 2 partidos. Muy contento de estar acá en representación de todo el tenis de mesa argentino. Entren a las páginas de las federaciones provinciales, Federación Argentina, Federación de Ciudad de Buenos Aires también. Y jueguen, jueguen mucho.
Perfecto, profe, perfecto. Gran saludo para todo el país que nos estuvo viendo por la pantalla de Fox Sports. Ha sido una jornada bárbara, que hemos disfrutado mucho. Nos levantamos, desayunamos juntos, almorzamos juntos y a la hora de la siesta le tenemos que decir muchas gracias por todo.
Sí.
Profe, ¿nos encontramos la próxima?
Pero cómo no, Nico, encantado. Yo siempre que me llamen, aquí estaré. Muy
Así será, profe, y es un placer poder acompañarlo.
Igualmente.
China campeón en femenino y en masculino. Nos quedamos con esta foto final, agradeciéndole a todo el equipo de Fox Sports por el trabajo y a ustedes que estuvieron ahí del otro lado. ¡Chau! ¡Hasta la próxima!
Muchas gracias, Nico.
Thanks, Joe. I'm standing along the side of world number 1. What an incredible performance in the final, Wang Chuqin. It took an incredible team to do it. This is your 24th men's teams title at the World Team Championships. After this victory over Japan, how do you feel?
恭喜中国队夺得第24座世乒赛团体赛男团冠军奖杯。非常精彩的一场决赛，那现在的心情和感受是什么样的呢？跟我们分享一下。
其实，谢谢。其实，在本次比赛没打之前，可能所有人都不知道这次比赛会发生什么。但是，我觉得就像我在赛前采访所说的，那就来呗，看一看我到底能打成什么样。
Actually, before the start of this World Championships, many people didn't know how Team China would play, what the outcome would be. But just like what I said in my previous interview, bring it on, we'll show you.
And you certainly did show. Now, in terms of before the event, yes, there was some mystery, but after the event started, the group stages weren't exactly easy. There were a lot of hurdles, but you overcame. Talk us through what Team China had to do.
那回望通往冠军的这整段旅程，从最初艰难的这个小组赛阶段，到现在的这一胜利时刻，困难重重，你们需要一而再再而三的克服这些挑战。那可以跟我们分享一下中国队是怎么做到的呢？
我觉得，我觉得首先还是要感谢中国乒乓球队这样的一个集体，来一直在给我们几位上场的运动员做支撑，不论是辅助人员还是我的陪练的队友们，包括教练们，我觉得每一天，包括乒协的领导们，每一天都在给我们鼓励、增强信心。我觉得也使我们不断的去磨合也好，不断的去往上再去总结，再去慢慢的到现在，我觉得一切都是值得的。感谢中国乒乓球队，感谢你们。
I think first and foremost, we still have to thank the whole Team China for their unwavering support throughout this whole journey, from the staff members of the team to our coaches to our sparring partners and also the leaders of CTTA. They just kept encouraging us, boosting our confidence and helping us sum up every single match from the group stage all the way until now. So all I can say is it's all worth it.
Well, in terms of support, not only an incredible team effort, but the fans. Everywhere Team China goes, it feels like home court advantage. What can you say to the fans who followed you and joined you in this journey and victory today over Japan?
那当然还有我们的球迷朋友们呢，球迷朋友的欢呼与支持，为赛场上的每一分都注入了额外的力量。那在这样一路的陪伴中，有什么话想对球迷朋友们说的呢？
首先再一次谢谢大家不远万里的来到伦敦与我们一起奋战。我觉得在赛场上有你们的陪伴是这一次我最好的生日礼物，谢谢。
I am so thankful for the fans for traveling so far, all the way to London to fight alongside all of us, and to have you here with me is the best birthday present for myself.
Well, there you have it. Right now in Beijing, I just checked my watch. It's already May 11th. So from 25, Lionheart turns 26 today. Happy birthday, Juni Shunner Kwaila.
Thank you, everyone. I'm old.
All right. A big congratulations. Happy birthday to Lionheart Wang Chuqin. Congratulations, China. What an epic victory.
for Best Male Player. And now, please give a warm welcome to our distinguished guest to present the Victor Barner Award. It's Mr. Richard Scruton, Chair Table Tennis International Events. OVO Wembley Arena, please put your hands together for the 2026 Victor Barner Award winner. From Team China, it's Wang Chuqing. Thank you, Mr. Richard Scruton, for joining us here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, your Victor Barner Award winner from Team China is Wang Chuqing. Thank you, Wang Chuqing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Egypt Cup handover ceremony. A warm welcome to our distinguished guests of the awards ceremony. The Egypt Cup will be handed over from the current organiser, London 2026. Represented by Miss Claire Briegel, Chair Table Tennis England. To Ashraf Helmi, President of the Egyptian Table Tennis Federation, who will now pass it on to the next organiser, Astana 2027. Represented by Mr. Danyar Abulgazin, President of the Table Tennis Federation of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Asian Table Tennis Union Vice President for Central Asia. Thank you to our presenters. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the ITTF flag handover ceremony. A warm welcome to our distinguished guests of the awards ceremony. The ITTF flag will now be handed over from the current organiser, London 2026, represented by Miss Claire Briegel, Chair Table Tennis England. To Miss Petra Sorling, ITTF President and IOC member, who will now pass it on to the next organiser, Astana 2027. So our next organiser, Astana 2027, represented by Mr. Danyar Abulgazin, President of the Table Tennis Federation of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Asian Table Tennis Union Vice President for Central Asia. Thank you to our presenters.
We are here to bring the worlds together. We are the descendants of the Great Step. We cherish our traditions and we move boldly into the future. Vast lands, endless horizons, boundless ambition. Hospitality is in our nature. We are preparing for a world-class event and ready to meet every challenge. People, equipment, infrastructure, everything is in place. We are ready to host the World Championship. Welcome to Kazakhstan.
For us all next year in beautiful.
To 18. Rongguotuan wins the third set. The Chinese team is the winner in the men's team event final.
And Casey wins comfortably. China has won the Corbion Cup.
Champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the men's team awards ceremony. Wembley Arena, please give a warm welcome to our distinguished guests this evening. Miss Petra Sorling, ITTF President and IOC member. Miss Virginia Snug, ITTF Executive Board. Her Royal Highness Princess Zina Rashid, ITTF Executive Board. Mr. Wahid Oshidi, ITTF Executive Board. Mr. Juan Villa, President of the ITTF Americas. Miss Claire Briegel, Chair, Table Tennis England. Miss Sally Lockyer, CEO of Table Tennis England. Lord Charles Swathling, the Right Honourable Lord Swathling. And now, let's welcome our bronze medalists from Team Chinese Taipei. It's Chi Sen Chai, Hong Jing Kai, Huai Guan Hong, Fung Yixin, Lin Wen Ru, and Coach Wan Yi-se. Our second bronze medalist from Team France, represented by Thibaut Pouret, Flavien Coton, Simon Gauthier, Alexis Lebrun, Felix Lebrun, and Coach Nathiel Molin. Medals are presented by Mr. Juan Villa, President of the ITTF Americas. The official mascots are presented by Miss Sally Lockyer, CEO of Table Tennis England. And now, let's welcome our silver medalists from Team Japan. Hiroto Shinosuka, Yuki Yauda, Shunsukai Togami, Sora Matsushima, Tomokazu Harimoto, and Coach Sayaki Shakiwa. Medals are presented by Miss Virginia Snug, ITTF Executive Board. The official mascots are presented by Miss Claire Briegel, Chair, Table Tennis England. And now, London, Wembley Arena. Put your hands together for the 2026 Men's Team World Champions. It's Team China. Represented by Liang Ting-kung, Zhou Tu-hao, Xiang Feng, Li Shidong, Hua Chuqing, and Coach Wang Hao. Medals are presented by Mr. Wahid Oshadi, ITTF Executive Board. The official mascots are presented by Her Royal Highness Princess Zina Rashid, ITTF Executive Board. Waveling Cup will be presented to Team China by Petra Sorling, ITTF President and IOC member, who will be receiving from Lord Charles Swathling, the Right Honourable Lord Swathling. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you can for the national anthem of China. let us now invite all of our presenters to join our medalists for a group photo. Presenters, you may now take your leave. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your men's team medalists. Team Chinese Taipei, France, Japan, and a huge congratulations once again. Now, ladies and gentlemen,